Hello, attempt 2. Welcome along to episode 3 of our video Soulforged. Technology has determined that we're not going to have a session, but we don't care, we're going to have one. So, last week, you had a fight with a kraken. You survived it, but your boat is not so great. And thus, you managed to roll back into home port, which is home port for our lovely friend, Captain... hello, sorry. Captain Dracos, and so...
Saffron?
Yeah, sure, whatever his fucking name is, I don't care, I've lost everything. That's what I'm looking for. Captain Dathron, yes, and your boat was approximately here when you fought a kraken, and now you are pulled towards the coast. While that's happening, today I have playing with me, Laura.
Hi, I'm Alora. I'm playing Karina, the ASMR wizard.
I have Jamel.
Hey guys, Jamal here playing Galthak, Goliath, Juggernaut Barbarian, and I would like to rage.
Good. I have Michaela.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and I am playing Winona Barrelite, the Deep Gnome Soul Knife Rogue.
I have Jay.
Hello and hey, I'm Jay, and today I shall play Kylan Azeroth, the Triton Eloquence Bard.
And I have Josh.
I'm Josh. Today I will be playing Luca Wicks, who is a fox anthropomorph. One day I'll be able to say that word.
Fox person.
And Drake Warden Ranger.
Cool. So, as your boat is hauled in, Captain Dathron has said to you that he doesn't think the pirates will be any problem at all. The problem is A, your delay, and B, the hope that you can get back out on the sea. Nevertheless, as you pull into the port, you can't help but feel that it's a bit of a shanty town, really. It looks pretty rough, run down. There's at least 3 brothels on the dock front, but there's only one bar, and that bar sort of has a sign over the top with a dangling sword a little to the side that says "The Crooked Cutlass."
This is where the captain's taking us?
It is.
likes
As
the
you
bar?
guys pull into port, he says to you, "Go ahead and get yourself a beer and whatever else it is you want from the tavern over there. I'll come in and meet you when I'm ready. I'm going to try and arrange for some repairs as quickly as possible."
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it to Karina. And I'm gonna point at the sign. I'm just gonna chuckle and be like, "Irony's fun."
Oh boy. Okay, the thing about I don't know much about pirates, but be a little tough, just a tiny bit, just the smallest little bit tough that you can do.
Luca's gonna like breathe in a lot of air and like puff out his chest, and he's just gonna saunter on into
We are going to get murdered.
the tavern.
Okay, and as you walk in,
Shaking his head in disappointment.
the entire tavern goes silent. Hey, look, you're already there.
Aww! Having a good time.
Yeah. Nevertheless, yeah. As you enter in, there's a couple of people like completely passed out. There's some people chatting at the bar, but as you guys walk in, the tavern just goes completely silent. Man behind the bar sort of looks up and goes, "Hey, who are you?"
I'm gonna walk over, still like chest puffed out. Wow, matey! I'll have 1, 2, 3,
Oh no.
5 pictures of your best ale, or I'll get your eye.
Oh
He
no.
sort of looks at you and, he looks at Galthak and is like,
I'll just shrug at him.
Sure, 5 pitchers of ale. You're joining us for cards?
As he says
I love
that,
cards.
as he says that, Luca will like let go of the breast. What kind of game?
Well, we normally play 6, 12, and 20, but if you've got something else you want to... 6, 12, and 20 sounds good.
Do you know how to play?
Which one of you is in charge? Where did you come from? Which boat did you land? Who's your captain?
We're just passing through while our ship's getting repaired. Wait
Just
a minute.
Passengers
Passing
is Captain Dathron.
Dathron's in port?
That's his name.
Ice culture celebration. Aye, lads, get the music going.
Oh, they like him.
The captain's in port. And with that, the music sort of cracks on down. And it will do eventually. And he gestures towards some spare seats. And any guests of Dathron are guests of ours. Come on, sit down. Let me get you some ale. Let me get you some wine. Let's get you some food. Come on, sit down. And it starts like making space for you.
Pockets.
Yeah, and so you should. One guy sort of comes over. He's missing an eye, but he's declined to wear any sort of eye patch. And his lips sort of hanging down really low. And he's got sort of 5 or 6 piercings over his left eyebrow. The one that isn't missing. He sort of looks over at you and... You say you're Captain Dathron?
Yes, that's right.
Oh. I was just out to see with him for a while. A whiskey on me. And he sort of puts a bottle on the table and he goes to pour it and just he sort of doesn't notice there are no glasses, no cups. He just sort of, you can tell he's absolutely off his face. He just sort of tips the bottle over the table.
I'm just gonna mage hand to like slide it so that it's not hitting the table, just going off onto the floor.
He just starts pouring his whiskey on the floor, and then another person just sort of immediately this halfling comes sprinting across and sort of puts his head upside down onto the floor, like, "I see the whiskey!" It just keeps on sort of glugging it down. And at this point, sort of a gentleman bard comes over and, so are we gonna game?
Yes.
Here we are.
Tell me the rules.
That's you do the roll and you draw your card and then you see what you get, and if you get the 20, the 12, and the 6, you win, and if you don't, you don't.
Okay.
His friend sort of looks over and, excuse me, yes, you draw 1 card from the deck of 20, 1 card from the deck of 12, and 1 card from the deck of 6. Should you get 3 identical numbers, such as 3 1s, 3 5s, 3 6s, etc., you may win. 20, 12, and 6 is the highest score possible. The runs, you know, the 3 numbers in a row. Yeah, they do really well. Big numbers, like they win. Yeah. All good?
Absolutely.
Aye.
I'm familiar with this game.
Oh, okay. It's sort of put it over 3 pictures, but basically, that's the scoring order of like how good it can be. For the sake of everyone's ease, can we all roll on Roll20? I think you can roll a 20, a 12, and a 6 simultaneously. With just 1d20, 1d12, 1d6. And then that'll... Oh, they all rolled as separate numbers? No, okay, that doesn't work. There is a way to do it so that it rolls all 3 separately, but fuck knows how it's done.
I mean, it sort of does, because if you scroll over it, it does tell you what each die was.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, I cannot remember exactly how to do it. Oh, here we go, hold on. Oh, I just needed more brackets, I think.
Can we not just use D&D Beyond?
We can, but then I can't see them all, and that would make my life very confusing. I think if this works, I'll paste it to you guys. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh, can I not? Yeah, there we go. I will chuck it in our Discord channel just so you can all see it. It just makes life easier, so we can all play without too much hang-up. Oh, there we go. You just needed double brackets instead of single brackets, otherwise it adds them all up. Yeah, there you go. Fantastic. And the 2 sort of gentlemen both step up and roll a dice. Oh, now I have to... There we go. Well, Let's go. Draw your cards. Yeah, I'll take whatever you roll next as your rolls. Oh, I put them in the wrong order, but that's fine.
How much are we betting?
Betting? Oh, normally we just, He sort of opens his pouch and he looks in. I got 7 gold. He thunks it on the table. And
I'll match that.
the well-spoken gentleman sort of says, perhaps a kitty of 100 gold. And he places a pouch at the center of the table. That's kingdom gold, that is, fairly stolen.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Sidebar, guys. Do we want to gamble our money that we got for our mission?
Probably. The odds are in your favor. There's 2 of us and there's 5 of you. Right?
I'm gonna put in 3 silver.
Okay. We're playing for 100 gold, 107 gold, and 3 silver. And 7 gold from the deep gnome, yeah? 206 as you... The gentleman... That's 114 gold and 3 silver pieces. Big man, will you be rolling?
I'm not normally a gambling one, but you know what? I'll roll.
Cool. The 2 guys sort of roll and both of them suck.
Yeah, no one's winning so far.
Give us a roll, Captain Galthak.
Mine was a run of even numbers. That win.
No, it does not.
No.
I think 28 is the highest number there. 25, 28. It's a tie. So it's reroll time. As the gentleman who's the fine-looking gentleman and Winona both got the 2 highest numbers with 28.
Okay. Let's do this.
Let's have a reroll. And he sort of.
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Oh, a 3, 4, 5.
No, come on.
The posh-looking gentleman gets a 3, 4, and a 5, and he looks up to Karina and Kai and to Luca. You can all reroll, by the way, not just Luca, and not just Winona.
Oh,
Yeah, everyone roll.
Yeah, everybody gets to reroll.
Dang, Karina, that was so close. Kill me.
20. Yeah, he sort of looks over the table and. Well, it seems, and then he sort of scrapes all the money towards him. Unless. Double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
So, if you lose, you must put 114 gold and 3 silver pieces in.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Kai. I'm gonna be like, do we have double?
I have no clue.
We have at least 1,000 gold. from-
1,000 gold?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that to them. Okay,
Okay.
in hushed tones.
Okay.
In fact, I'm communing with them telepathically. I think I can do that.
Okay.
Out of character, I don't know how much gold we have.
Oh, sorry.
We got some money from the Kraken.
You have plenty of gold.
We're pretty rich, guys.
Yeah. He sort of. Well,
Don't worry about frugality.
double or nothing then. And he makes his roll.
Why not?
And the really drunk guy sort of.
No.
Big man,
Yeah.
your roll, sir. Uh-huh. Well, he looks over the sort of the numbers on the board. Has he done it again? He sort of looks, and him and Winona are tied again. Don't even. Oh no, wait. Is that right?
No, I
you've
don't
got
think
25.
they are.
You've got 25. Yes, he sort of looks up at you, and well, it would seem that you're winning, dear lass. Unless, of course, double or nothing.
Okay. Group. Do we want to? What is this now? Quadruple or nothing?
This would now be 414 gold and 415 gold and 12 silver pence.
You're
Currently,
gonna
we're
lose all
winning
of our
200 and something.
You're currently winning
28.
100, and you've put 100 up yourself, I think. Yeah. He put up 100, you put up 100. So it's 200
But
in the
then we
kitty.
won. But then we and then we doubled the.
So he's offering to double it, so you'll also have to put another 100, he'll have to put another 100. You're putting in 200 with a chance of winning 400. That's good math, Taze. You should bet.
Are we all in favor?
The drunken halfling
This
who's
is-
just finished the bottle sort of sits up and... begging your pardon, but did someone say betting? I'm betting. I'll throw 100 gold.
What? Who is this?
He was the halfling
Oh,
who was catching the whiskey stream.
I forgot he was drinking
Right
under the
then.
table.
Well, if that's the case...
That might be a
Perhaps-
bit rich for my blood.
He turns around and perhaps a fresh bet. 100 gold. Each.
Wait a minute.
So he's suggesting that everybody puts in 100 gold.
That seems
And the
more
winner gets that
costly
off.
than the double or nothing.
No,
from
no, 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 no.
before.
They're counting you 5 as one set of 100 gold. 100 gold for him and his drunk friend, and 100 gold for the halfling.
Okay.
That I'll do. We'll take our winnings
Yes.
from the previous.
Yeah, okay,
What are we
so
gonna do?
you won yourself 107 gold and 3 silver pieces. I'm assuming you're just going to put 100 gold of that back in, so... 7 gold and 3 silver pieces up. Good luck. The gentleman sort of makes his roll first. And he looks over to Winona, who keeps winning. And then the
Not
drunk
this
man
time.
sort of... and
God. Oh my god.
and finally the halfling sort of turns over and makes his roll. Guys, your dice are shit.
Bad all around.
A score of 34. The drunk man sort of looks over and is like, oh, I've got big numbers. Did I win?
Think so.
Oh, good. Well, more ale! I've got money now. And the sort of bartender is shaking his head, comes over, and as he's bringing the ale over, and the game sort of separates out as suddenly 2 gentlemen slide across your table.
Like their
and,
whole bodies?
Oh yeah, like full on side across your table, and a really large gentleman. He's sort of looks like he might be a half giant of some sort. He's sort of 8.5 foot, 9 foot tall. He could look Galthak in the eye, and sort of lobs them both over there, and he turns and who's next? And then he sort of eyes up Galthak, and I see a challenge. And he wades over and he picks up the 2 guys off your table and sort of throws them to the side. And he puts his hand, Galthak, on your shoulder, and he attempts to like squeeze it as if to hurt you. Go ahead and make a con save for me.
Yeah, that's 26.
Damn, Galtha.
Okay, his 14 and your 26 do not compete. Yeah, you don't even sort of notice that he's trying to hurt you. And he, a friendly bout!
About what?
About what? No! A friendly bout!
Yeah, about what? About what, mate?
Well... He sort of looks to his the posh-looking guy who explained the rules of the dice and sort of shrugs his shoulders as if to say, like, how do you not know? The gentleman says, there's a ring over there. A nice sort of round red ring. Just stay in it, and you win 1,000 gold.
So I'll wrestle then.
Well, except for the fact there are no rules, yes.
Sure.
This gentleman sort of... he shrugs his shoulders down, and he gestures for you to come into the ring. Karina, as he walks past, give me a perception check. I think just Karina.
23.
23! Yeah, you notice he has a belt with a sort of lightning bolt across the middle. It's definitely magical and perhaps might give him an unfair advantage.
Storm giant strength or some shit, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, oh well. That's fine.
Galthak's not intimidated.
Okay. The bartender sort of rings a bell and there's a bout on! Come on then! And the bell sort of rings and at that point you're in an arena with a gentleman who just sort of waves his hand at you and gestures for you to come at him.
Right. Well then. He wants to take his advantage. Yeah, I shall rage.
Okay.
And I will immediately grapple him and try to knock my phone everywhere. I'm going to try to knock him everywhere like I knock my phone everywhere. Right.
Give me an athletics check. He got a 26.
Whilst he's doing this, I'm gonna mutter under my breath and cast thaumaturgy so that tremors start going off underneath the guy's feet.
Oh. He sort of looks down and he starts testing, sort of putting his own feet on the ground, sort of to see whether it's him causing it. Like, as he steps from side to side, you sort of see that, like, he's a little disconcerted. Oh, I was going to do it at this. I was going to do a second roll at disadvantage. Unfortunately, Josh, I got higher. 26 athletics check. Jamel.
Sure, athletics. Yeah, that's a 23.
Ooh, so you're unable to throw him.
I wish I could have done a straight strength check instead, but yeah, fair enough.
Why?
Get advantage on those suckers.
No, you get advantage on athletics as well. It's a strength check.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, so when it says advantage on strength checks, that includes any ability checks made with the strength modifier.
Yeah, well, that's still a 23.
Okay, so you try and throw him, but he sort of stands still. He looks at you and and he just headbutts you in the face. That's 26 to hit.
That'll hit me.
Okay, you will take... oh, fuck's sake, I hate that dice, I can't read it. That is 11 bludgeoning damage, half to 5.
Okay.
And then he reaches
That's
over
how
and he
good
attempts to
is.
poke you in the eye. Make a dex save.
That's 10.
Yeah, so he sort of gets his thumb like poking in your eye. If you're going to make an attack, you're going to have to do so at disadvantage, as your vision is a little obscured right now. But if you're trying to throw him, then you can do so as a normal roll.
If he's gonna fight dirty.
He is.
Kind of wish I had a shiv now for that.
Yeah, I'll come to you in a second, Josh. Jamal, what are you doing this round?
That's an excellent question. How many do I get right now? I only get the.
He's going to hit you again.
Yeah, I only get the one attack, don't I?
Yes, you're level 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to punch him then.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Try to pull him.
Roll the hit. Disadvantage.
Yeah, that's 13's probably not. Yeah, that's a 9. Yeah.
A 9. No, a 9 will miss, unfortunately. Guys, as you witness your big pal sort of getting his eye poked, and getting grabbed and getting punched and head-butted, what are you doing? I'll come first to Luca because I know you were going to say something.
I was just gonna say, whilst they're not hitting each other, and like they're just kind of,
Yeah.
stood. I was gonna thaumaturgy again, but make it so that the guy starts hearing creepy, ominous.
Josh, can you pick your microphone up, please?
Hello.
Thank you.
Sorry,
making creepy, ominous.
whispers in his ears.
Right, thank you. When you leave your microphone on the table, it's like we can hear like your computer whirling. Okay. What exactly are you expecting to happen?
I wanna make an opening for Jamal.
Right. Okay. I like that. Kai, as you watch on, anything you're attempting to do?
Yeah, oh man, if I'm seeing Galthic sort of missile, it's just like, that's odd. Galthic, hit a little harder. Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, so you shout into him a little harder for the Bardic Inspiration. We'll come to Anoch and Karina next round. Yeah, he's going to try and step on your foot, Galthak, but unfortunately he gets a natural 1. He sort of stamps on the floor. It's the tremoring of the ground puts him off a little bit. And he sort of turns as if to hear something. Now's your opportunity. Go ahead, make an attack with advantage. Or throw him out the ring if you want. You have Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah. I am gonna try to throw him.
Okay.
So that's
his athletics check is a 22.
Oh yeah, I'm not beating that.
You roll with advantage.
You have advantage.
I rolled a 4 and a fucking 2.
Oh my god,
rough.
no.
Yeah, again, you try and pick him up and he's not this time!
Actually, I can make him redo that.
Oh.
Does he reroll with advantage? He doesn't though, right? It's just a single roll.
The target must use the result of the second roll.
Sorry,
it
are
just
you
doesn't
trying to
bump
make
again.
the big guy to reroll?
No, I'm giving Galthak a reroll.
Okay, so yeah, it's just a single roll, right?
Yep. And I'll add my bardic to that. Oh shit, that's a fucking 20. Damn.
Just hold me a second. I'm just going to read this feature. I have read it 4 or 5 times. Ugh.
It's also
An
only-
attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. You can force the creature to re-roll.
I think that rerolls both, just the same way it was rolled before.
Target must use the result of the second roll. Yeah, I think I'm going to say that. Just bear in mind, if we make this ruling, it's going to apply to enemies as well. So if you give them a reroll, they will also reroll with advantage or disadvantage, depending.
Yeah.
Which I think is
That would
very
be
fair.
expected.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Jamal. Make one more single athletics roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Oh,
We're
come
sticking
on,
with the 20.
Jamal, what are these
Um,
rolls?
Yeah. Okay.
What
cool.
is happening?
Fucking dog shit.
He sort of reaches over, slightly out the ring, grabs a flagon, takes a mouthful, and spits it in your eye, and then he headbutts you and he follows up. That is an 30 to hit you.
Yep, sure.
Okay, you will take another 14 bludgeoning damage after 7, and then he will make an athletics check to try and throw you from the ring. Go ahead and I won't even ask you for yours. But he's the floor's got wet after he spat out the beer, and now he sort of slips and doesn't grab you. Winona, as you see the two combatants sort of having at it, what are you doing? You don't have to be helping them. For all I know, you could be stealing the money that was being gambled. Do what you like.
That's not. Well, currently I'm being harassed by 2 cats.
Oh, lovely.
But okay. What is this guy who's fighting Galthak? What is he wearing?
What is he wearing? So he's wearing sort of an old-style Roman toga across his chest, and then a sort of very well-fitted pair of breeches, and then this fabulous-looking lightning bolt belt.
I was hoping that I could tie his shoelaces together with my mage hand, so he can be tripped and fall over. Alternatively, I could scurry behind him, so maybe Galthak. You know when you push someone over and someone's behind him?
In all honesty, you'd be sat behind his ankle and you'd be at risk of being murdered.
Yeah, I'm a lot smaller than that.
But you can try and tie his shoelaces with your mage hand. I love that. Your mage hand is... Wait, why do you have mage hand?
I have telekinetic defeat.
Ah, yes, of course you do. Yeah,
And
cool.
I can make it invisible with this feat.
Yeah, and it works from 30 feet away, yeah? Cool. Okay, great. I love that. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check for your mage hand. He will make a perception check, but he got a...
Damn, I rolled
He got a
really bad.
-2.
I got a 10. Sleight
He
of
got
hand.
a -2.
Oh, you're saying total?
Yeah, total.
Okay.
You're able to tie his shoelaces, and he makes a lurch at Galthak and begins to fall forwards. Galthak, make a dex save so he doesn't fall on you.
That's that 20.
A nat
Damn,
20. With a nat
Galthak.
20 instead of that, you can use that momentum to try and
Yep.
throw him.
I'm absolutely going to do that.
Go ahead, make your athletics check. You will roll at advantage, and he will roll at disadvantage. So with a 9, he gets a 21.
A fucking 14 because it rolled a 7. Wow. What? I can't roll above a
Look at
fucking
the rolls
10.
today.
You roll a nat 1 and a 7. No, a 4 and a 7. Great. I'm proud of you. You're unable to throw him. He sort of falls to the ground in front of you, and he tries to pick up your ankles. Make a strength check. It's just straight.
Check?
Just a straight strength check. You can do so at advantage because of your rage.
Yeah.
Okay. He got a flop.
That's 16.
Okay, he flopped harder than you did. At this point, he goes for a groin punch. Karina, as you see this groin punch, are you doing anything?
I want to use my telekinetic feat to attempt to shove him.
Lovely. Go ahead. He will make a strength save. What's your DC? He got a 17.
Plus proficiency bonus plus the modifier of the, I think it's just my spellcasting DC. So 15.
Ah, rough. Yeah, it is your spell save DC. Okay, cool. Yeah, not quite, but it does put him a little off balance. And as he goes for the groin punch, he will. That will be -4 damage, so he will get a. Well, that's going to hit you no matter what. That is 7 bludgeoning damage, half to 3. But Galthak, I need a con save. No one that's getting hit in groin.
That's a 9.
Oh, rough.
That's
Okay, yeah. Your legs sort of seize together. Your next athletics check will be made at disadvantage. At this point, the guy with the lips sort of hanging out turns to Kai and, I'll bet you 10 gold your fella loses.
Right, I know what I'm doing here.
Hold on, Galthak. Make it 20. Alright, I got 20. And he sort of reaches to his bag and he puts the 20 on the table and good luck, fella. Go on, Galthak, what are you doing?
I'm gonna get the acid vial out from my bag. I'm gonna jam it straight into the guy's fucking face.
Okay,
Acid's
yeah.
right in his eyes.
He'll make a con save. That's a 10. So that is 10 acid damage, and he is blinded for his next turn. Okay, blinded, he will attempt to reach out and punch you. Oh, no, I'm assuming 11 misses.
Yeah, well true.
He sort of punches past you, and he's a little off balance. Luca, as you see this, are you doing anything?
No, Lucas just sat there enjoying the show. Like,
Great.
He's helped a little. He's kind of interested to see how this just kind of plans out.
Yeah, Galthak, your opponent's blinded. What are you doing?
I'm gonna grab his head and I'm gonna headbutt straight on the nose and I'm gonna try to break his nose.
Oh, violent. Go ahead and make a roll to hit.
That is, can I do that with advantage because he's blind?
Yeah, he can't see you. That's how blind works, yeah.
That's a 26 to hit.
Oh, that'll most definitely hit. Okay, as you crunch into his nose, he wasn't ready for it. And he just sort of begins to fall slowly backwards. But he reaches out and pushes off one of the pillars of the tavern. And he attempts to grab you in a bear hug. Ugh. Make an athletics check for me. Oh, God.
Athletics?
Yeah, he gets a 14.
That's a 16.
Nice. Okay, yeah, he tries to pick you up and grapple you, but you're able to sort of grab him back, and the two of you are sort of locked in this hug, this strength contest, you know, as he sort of tries to pick you up, and you try and pick him up. After a moment, he sort of looks at you and... A draw!
Alright, you dirty bastard, it's a draw.
And he sort of grabs his hand out as if to sort of clap into your hand. But he's sort of a bit off balance and he just goes straight past you, whizzes round, and he just falls down on his side. He gets up and looks at you and... I haven't had a fight like that for a long, long time. Barkeep, we need some whiskey and let's get some music in this place. And at this point, a couple of the nastiest looking bards you've ever seen sort of come on over and look at you and... Should we do a song? Anyone
Did you
for a
say they
song?
look nasty?
Oh, yeah. Anyone for a song? Yeah, sort of one of them's got this huge scar through his eye. He's missing 2 fingers. He's got a nose ring like a hog. And his hair's all greasy and pulled to one side. The other one is a really fat human who sort of has so many chins he can't lift his head. And he's got this lute that only has 1 string. And he pulls it out and starts dung da da dung da da dung da da. It's only got 1 note. That's all you're getting.
What a band.
And he looks at you
Whilst this is going on, I'm gonna get out to the barkeep. Don't have some ice, do ya?
Ice?
Yeah.
No. I've got water. And he puts a jug of water on the bar. He can't make
You got
ice.
something colder?
He sort of looks at the other side of the bar and he gets a jar from the other side of the bar and puts 2 jugs of water on the bar and shrugs his shoulder at you.
Fuck it. I'll take off my chest piece and I'll just fucking jam it against the crown jewels.
Ah, nice. Okay, as you ice your jewels. Yeah, they begin to sort of play and... Actually, they're not all that bad as they begin to sort of talk. And a gentleman in the sort of corner, a really old fella, cigars are hanging out his lip, is playing the accordion. side. So it looks over, and Kai, if you wish to, this would be your opportunity to join in.
Yeah, since I've got like a feeling for the music now, I'm gonna pull out my viol.
Nice.
But the way Kai plays it, it's not like classical songs, it's very upbeat and jaunty.
Nice, I like it. So as you join in with your jaunty jig, a couple of the halflings, one of whom was drinking out from that whiskey before, so jump up on the table and start doing a little bit of a dance, hang around to everybody and sort of making gestures. The huge gent who you've just fought begins this sort of really slow, almost like a funeral dirge dance, as if he had a partner, but there is no partner there. Just sort of slowly moving round, and he's lost in his mind. And a woman sort of comes over with a tray of drinks and, begging your pardon, but did you say Captain Deathram was in town?
Yes, we are traveling on his ship, actually.
I haven't seen the captain for a while. You don't strike me as pirates, if I'm being honest.
Thank you.
I see. You're not pirates? No?
At this point, I'll look up from nursing the crown jewels with the chest plate and be like, we're no pirates.
Oh, you must be one of Dathran's normal jobs, as he calls them. Oh, that's good. Oh,
I don't know about noble, but
no, normal, dear.
I did
Normal.
Normal. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm kind of
Well,
on the normal side, but nah.
you'll get no better reception than it's the Crooked Cutlass. Go ahead, join in, have yourself a song, have yourself a sing and dance. We'll get you some rooms sorted out. They won't be dirty. Nice and clean. We don't have the normals like it.
Thank you.
She sort of puts the ales down to the side, and sort of another gen sort of starts sort of wandering over towards you, and he's sort of got this really slow sauntering, moving from side to side, and he sort of comes in and, excuse me. The captain said that you were looking to get yourself up to Isglandia. Is that so?
Word travels fast.
Down at the docks, I was helping him assess the damage on the ship, you know. And he said that, he can't take you for another 2 weeks, but I've got a ship in port that I'll get you down to the edge of Isgrandia. I know the dwarf brothers he was talking about. I can pass you over to him, and they can take you upriver. We can leave tomorrow morning if you like.
How legit does this guy seem?
He's hammered, but he seems like he's telling the truth. Go ahead and give me an insight check. See whether you can get any information regarding this.
That's a nat 1.
Oh no.
He looks like a pirate.
Never trust a pirate.
Did you say that out loud?
No.
Okay, because they would agree wholeheartedly. But if you remember, the one thing that you can trust a pirate with is money. He sort of looks at you and 500 gold, and I'll take you safe. Oh, I love this song. 500 gold.
One moment, sir, and I'm gonna huddle with the guys. Should we talk to the captain first before paying this stranger a bunch of money?
I'm not paying anything until we're on board a ship.
That's also wise.
He sort of hears this and you pay on arrival, not in advance.
Oh, wow.
What do you think we are, crooks?
Okay, I think we'll talk to Captain Dathran first. And,
you should talk to the captain. He'll tell you
in the morning.
I was a good fellow. I once carved his chef up.
How delightful.
Good. Yeah. I tried to get him to eat him in the morning, but they weren't fooled. So, in the morning, you speak to Dathran, yeah? Alright, well, let's get ourselves another song. Shall we? Let's have some music! And sort
Yeah.
of these nasty-looking bastards sort of gather around and sort of begins to take on a tempo. And as the gentleman in the corner, his pipe comes out, he starts singing to you. The halfling looks to you and... Can I ask a question?
Who's he looking at?
All of you. Apart from Luca.
Free to
really.
ask.
He points at Luca. What the fuck is that?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
what is
nobody
he?
said pirates were polite.
He's a halfling.
And I'll just look down and then I'll look around. And I'll just like, has anyone lost their kid?
He sort of nods to you and... I like you! Do you dance?
Well, I usually go to dinner first, but you may have my hand.
He'll take your hand and he'll lead you onto one of the bar tables, where he sort of starts up a lively jig. And you notice at this point that like all of the tavern have begun to join in with the singing. And Captain Dathran sort of walks in and everybody sort of raises an ale to him and he begins to sing along and he saunters over to your table. As he gets there, he sort of leans in and... Well, you seem to have made yourself at home.
Yeah, you're pretty popular here.
Of course I'm popular. It's my harbor.
Like you own it?
There isn't an inch of sea between the west of the kingdom and South Jamilia City that doesn't belong to Captain Dathran. For reference, he's just basically told you the entire Pirate Isles belongs to him.
Wow.
Yeah, he sort of nods towards Karina and... you recognize the sign I pulled up on the rigging, no?
I did.
Aye. Flying that... I've flown that. I've flown that banner. 25 years. It was once just me and a ship. Till we took one of those funny ships, you know? One of those clever ones. And he sort of whispers really loudly, "The wood's alive!" You can give me a wisdom... a history check. Wisdom check. History check, Karina.
20.
20? Yeah. He's talking about something called live ships. These ships are built from like living wood. Rumor says that they're the cocoons of serpents. That may or may not be true, but basically these ships are known to be swifter and respond more quickly than any other boat. And you may have noticed when you were on the galleon that it did handle very, very well as boats go, and it seems to, although it sustained some damage, it still sailed, which most boats wouldn't have done after a fight with a Kraken. So, there must be something to his tale. Anyway, he says, once we captured one of those... Aye, good job, lads! Play another one! He said, once we captured one of those... It was all history from then, you know? We got ourselves a whole fleet going on. Well, now I think, well, I don't know. And he sort of looks over at the posh guy who's been sort of explaining the rules of certain things to you. And how many ships in our fleet? The captain's, the gentleman looks back, and I believe it was 261 at last count. Aye, a veritable army, you know. That's us. When we're not too busy drinking. Isn't that right, lads? You sort of nod, and there'll be some rooms upstairs, see you guys. I'm going to find myself... Has anyone seen the barkeep? The woman who came and asked earlier.
Oh. Yeah, wait, Captain, before you go, real quick.
Yeah?
This, incredibly drunk friend of yours offered to sail us. I
Aye,
don't
yeah.
think we got his name.
He sort of looks over. Do you mean him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the guy.
That's Finnack. He's as crusty a pirate as you'll ever find. He'll get you there, although he might chop you up on the way. But if you're paying well, you'll be alright. Watch his cleaver, though. He's a deadly bastard.
Oh, okay.
Aye, he'll sell you there.
Good to know.
You trust him far enough to get us to where we need to go.
No, I don't trust him at all. But
They don't trust
if he's being
anybody.
paid, he'll get you there. He's a good
I mean,
captain.
that's a little bit of trust. I mean, I didn't say you trust him with your life.
No. It is no trust. It is quite simple. He'll want your gold, and he's a good sailor. So, he might not get you there because his boat might be sundered from under, or you might offend him or piss him off, or sleep with his wife, or I don't know, sleep with the other wife. I'm not really sure. But unless you do anything stupid, and you get on with him, he'll take you. He's a man that's good as his word, which is to say, he's alright.
Fair enough.
Just don't gamble with the bastard. He's a terrible cheat. As is this fella, and he sort of elbows the guy whose lip was hanging down, who won all the gold off of you. And he sort of, always cheating, you aren't you? And he sort of looks up, no, Captain, I don't cheat at all. Oh, perfectly good, you know. I just get really lucky, really often.
Wow. Wait, does this game that we played seem cheatable at? Because now I'm like...
Well, no, as you
sus
ponder
of
this,
that.
you're like, yeah, you know what, maybe I could cheat next time I play it. He sort of looks at you and, well, now you know my secret. Oh, I don't think I'll play another hand. Anyway, it was a pleasure to meet you. I'm going to go and find me some whiskey.
Alright. Fair enough.
The bartender sort of waves over at you and, your room's upstairs already if you wish. And, Captain! Mila's out back. She was just getting ready. Mila is the lady. You can assume that it's his woman in port. Soon enough, she comes out wearing this sort of gorgeous red dress off one shoulder. She's no longer looking like a bartender. And she sort of sidles up to him, puts her arm around his neck and kisses him, and then slaps him clean around the face. It's been too long! Way too long! Get me upstairs, you ragged bastard! He sort of sweeps her off his feet and carries her up the stairs, and you're welcome to enjoy the singing, dancing, and ale-ridden tavern as long as you like. But at dawn, you'll be expected to make your way onto Ficken's sheet. Ficken's ship.
Oh, I thought that was the name of it.
No. No, like all pirate ships, he bears no name. Or some sort of name, but we'll discover that in the morning. And as the song sort of winds down, you guys can go ahead and go upstairs and take a long rest. I may have already long rested some of your characters because I needed to test something, but yeah. You're able to get yourself upstairs. And, you guys can sort of hear the filtering through of bits of music coming from downstairs, but for the most part, you're able to get a decent rest. Is anyone going to
Imagine
stay?
we sleep at least in pairs and keep watches.
You can do. Absolutely fine. There were 6 rooms provided, but if you want to take it in shifts and such. Is anybody going to partake in the festivities till way too late at night?
No, I'm very responsible.
Kai?
Kai would play a while, but still go to upstairs at a reasonable hour.
Okay. Karina, do you stay too long at the festivities?
No, we got a bunch of you stick in the muds here in this party.
What about Galthak? Does he stay up all night drinking, or does he get himself a decent rest?
Decent rest needed for the bodyguard duty, so yeah, I always make sure I get that.
What about Luca? Does he stay up too late partying and dancing?
He does.
Fantastic. At the end of your long rest, go ahead and give me.
Vero doesn't. Vero will go to the room and sleep.
Yep.
But he will.
Please pick your microphone up off the table and go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 15.
A 15, yeah, you feel like super tired and groggy in the morning. Got a bit of head on you, but your body seems to have managed well with the excitement. You don't suffer any negative effects other than feeling a bit shit. And the following morning, the sort of about 5:30, 6 o'clock, there is a sort of sailor's breakfast out. Laid out on the long table at the outside, which appears to be mostly fish. There's some bread and there's some really unusual looking fruit that sort of resembles a papaya in our world. But apart from that, yeah, it's almost all sort of fish. Is anybody going to try the fruit?
Absolutely.
Cool. As you take a bite into it, guys, I need a con save.
Fuck. I'm trying to be vigilant about scurvy.
Oh, 19.
19?
Oh, nat 20.
Beautiful.
Baby.
The two of you cope, but after last night, you were not expecting this to taste like it has been drenched in pure alcohol overnight.
Oh, no.
There is a really bitter flavor underneath of the fruit, but the fruit is so bitter that what they do is they just leave it in the wine overnight, and then they take it out and pop it on the plate. So it's just wine-drenched fruit, and it's strong wine. They don't fuck about. So yeah, you sort of whoa. I'm coming on the stairs. Finnax sort of looks at you and well, I see you've got yourself breakfasting. And he takes like a massive handful of the fruit. He takes a massive bite and he turns over to the bartender and I need some wine. My head hurts. The guy gets like a tankard of wine. He just sort of, oh, gods, are you ready?
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
So I probably like dragged myself down the stairs and headed to the table. And I'll just like very haphazardly take one piece of bread, put some fish on it, take another piece of the bread and put that on top. And then eat a fish sandwich, I guess.
He's sort of watching what you're doing and why the second piece of bread?
Carbs are good for you.
Carp? It's not carp, that's trout.
Carbs.
Yeah, he repeats it. It's trout, not carb.
No, carbs. Carbs.
Carbs?
Why
No,
are you
it's
yelling?
trout.
Bread. He
Bread?
needs the bread for his hangover.
Oh, is that how that works? I always find wine helps. Do you want a glass?
Why are you yelling?
He turns around to the barkeeper. Am I yelling? And the barkeeper goes, yes. He goes, oh, good. Shall we get out? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Luca ready?
He sort of looks down at your fish sandwich and goes, that looks portable. And he sort of picks up his tankard of wine and goes to walk out. The bartender, oi! Leave your cup. And he sort of, the wine was shit anyway. He wanders out the door and leads you guys down to the docks.
Yeah, I'm gonna like finish my sandwich and then have some water. And then I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna thaumaturgy my voice to make it boom 3 times as loud as it is for normal. And I'm gonna be like, I'm ready!
As you do so, the barkeeper goes, oh, well, I'm glad. Safe travels. Captain Dathras sort of is just waiting just outside the tavern. Dathron, sorry. As he sees you all come out. Well, I thought I'd come and see you down to the harbour. How are you doing?
Mostly okay.
Oh, sorry, my Discord disconnected. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Oh, that's good. Well, yeah. Get yourself down to the docks and good luck. Corina it
Thank
was,
you.
right?
Yes, sir.
Can I have a word with you? Just a quiet one, you know?
I step aside.
Look, I know you're not likely to revisit this waters, but should you ever wish to do so. And he presses a piece of rolled parchment in a scroll case, sort of water-skin scroll case, into your hands. And those are the Pyrodal's charters. You're always welcome in my waters.
Very generous, sir.
I call it business. It's sensible. I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of that huge fella you seem to have following you around.
I'll just chuckle at that.
He is just talking just to Karina. Like very privately, but sure.
He chuckles off in the distance at a different joke.
Exactly. Love that. And as a group of you head on down to port, You see this sort of slightly rickety-looking, sort of it's a two-mast ship. The front of it is painted bright red, and the mast sort of holds down this big black sail. And somebody has scrawled across the big black sail in white paint, "Piss off!" Yes, and as you look at it, you will notice, those of you ship-like minded people, that the very front of this ship has a very thin blade down the front. He sort of Finnack gestures and goes, "Here's me girl."
She's a sight.
Aye, she is. Officially, she's called the Boat, but we'll call her Cutter.
I'm gonna point to the sign on the boat. The wording on the boat. Is that effective?
Oh, you mean the piss off that's written on the sails?
Yeah.
Oh. No, not really. But it's our little joke. When the guards chase us down, we rig up our sail, and as we're leaving into the distance, it just tells them to piss off.
This ship looks like a lot shittier than Captain Dathran's, right?
A million times shittier.
I thought so.
Karina, if you wish, you can give me I don't know, a sailing check. Go ahead and give me a
I have
insight
proficiency
check.
with water vehicles, if that helps.
Yeah, insight check with intelligence.
Yeah.
I think
I
this
was
will go.
That would make it a +7, so 24.
Damn.
24.
I was gonna
Nice.
discreetly ask Karina if this looks like we're gonna sink immediately,
Well, Karina, you'll notice as you look closely. The fuck is that?
It's just the guy on the side of the docks,
It's
just
the boat
drumming.
theme.
I don't even know what that was. That's just not what I was expecting to come out of the music. Sorry, that's what I was expecting was water. And it just started doing strange noises. As you look, you notice that although, like, for example, the outside bit of the railing looks like it might be like made of rotting wood, and different bits of the ship look really badly painted and stuff. As you look more closely, you notice that underneath is a very seaworthy vessel that's purposely been made to look shabby as shit. This boat is not fucking about. It's going to be fast. It's definitely seaworthy. And there's probably nowhere nice to sleep.
She doesn't look like much, but I think she's got good bones. I think we'll be fine.
You've got an eye on you, lass. We've got 2 rooms, the captain's room and the storeroom. He gestures towards Winona and Karina and says, "You two can share the captain's room."
Oh, thank you.
And then he nods. That's it. That's all you're getting.
No follow-up.
It's probably best we don't have any ladies sleeping out on deck, you know.
Much appreciated.
Aye.
Thank you.
Look, I can vouch for my crew in as much as they won't kill you if you're paying. Other than that, don't piss them off. They don't talk much. And as he steps on deck, sort of 2 Yuanti step up and sort of walk on over, and a lizard folk. And they all nod and sort of make some hand gestures. And point that way, and the other one sort of points that way. And then 2 sort of... And he goes, Yeah, that's right. Get ready, set sail. You'll notice there's another Yuanti up at the wheel, who's sort of standing there. And as you all walk onto the ship, he sort of waves at you. You have to say hello. And the captain sort of looks at you and... Let's go! And the ship begins to move off into the sea. It's a decent launch. And as you get on the boat and start moving along, Winona, go ahead and give me a con save, please.
Absolutely.
and Galthak a dex save, please.
A
Not
little
with
bit
advantage.
better.
You can see the boat, but it's not something you're trying to dodge. It's just a regular dex save. How's your con save?
12.
A 12. Huh. Galthak, you seem to have found your ship legs. With a 16, you sort of, do you know what? I can manage this. Winona,
I am getting used to this.
you still wouldn't fancy eating right now, but you'll keep your breakfast down. You sort of get yourself into a position where you can see the horizon, I imagine. Get used to that sort
The
of
same
moving
trick
again.
as before.
Yeah.
Gripping the rail for life.
Okay.
Is there a crow's nest?
There is a crow's nest, and
Is anybody in it?
there is somebody in it, although they're sitting on the edge of it, not actually inside. Give me a perception check, see if you can identify what or who they are from down here.
18.
Yeah, there's a tiefling up there, but they seem to be hanging sort of out the edge of it. If you look interested and you're looking up, he'll make a perception check. He sort of notices you and gestures for you to come on up if you wish.
I'll look over at Winona. You alright down here?
Yeah, I'm getting used to it.
I'm gonna take in the view.
Have fun with that. As I just continue standing there, just staring at the horizon.
As you
I shall climb on up.
climb on up, once you get up there, the tiefling sort of looks over to you. And he sort of taps his temple, points at you, and then puts his both hands up, as if to ask a question.
I'll shake my head.
You shake your head.
If you're asking if I could talk with my mind, I cannot.
Maybe. Give me an insight check, but just a straight insight check. See if you can work it out.
10.
Okay, no, you haven't worked it out. So when you shake his head, he sort of looks unhappy for a moment, and then he leans over and he writes using prestidigitation, sort of one letter at a time. He eventually slowly writes "beautiful?" ? And then points out towards the view.
I nod. Very.
Begins to hum a quiet tune to himself. Looks away out to the sea. After sort of an hour or two, he sort of looks back at you and he again sort of pats you on the shoulder and points to where he's going to write. Name? ?
Karina.
And then he writes down Athos, Athos.
Forgive me, but do none of the crew of this ship speak?
He turns to you and he opens his mouth and you can see his tongue's been cut out.
Suppose not.
And he taps his sort of mind and points at you and points to himself and then to you again.
If you are able to, yes.
And you hear this sort of very delicate, quiet voice into your mind saying, "No, we don't speak. We had our tongues cut out when we signed on to sail with Finnack. It's our choice. I'm one of only two that can speak with their minds. The others, they say nothing. It's good. We hear the sounds of nature instead. It's beautiful up here. It's a pleasure to meet you, Karina." And he facilitates you the ability to speak back by forging a telepathic link.
Huh. I do love the sea. I don't know that I would be willing to give up the ability to speak or sing.
It's a hard choice, but Finnack, he pays us well and he looks after our families. My mother is old, and my sisters are frail, but they live in peace at home. Not in the pirate house, but a real home, you know? Down in Jamilia, it's beautiful there. They don't have to work. They have sweets and flowers, pretty dresses. He sort of gestures towards his mouth, and it was worth it. And as he then sort of turns and looks out at the sea again, you get the impression that even with the ability to speak with his mind, he really doesn't talk much. He just enjoys the view again. But I will switch over to Kai briefly. Kai, where would you go on this boat?
Let's see, if we had just at the start, because noticing Winona, still very seasick, I would probably be sticking close to her, just making sure she's all right and not having any freakouts either.
So if you're staying out on deck after about 45 minutes or so, you'll see a trident sort of hook himself up from the front of the boat and land on the deck. You can see that he was perhaps hanging off the boat or even lowered down on a rope, hanging out the front. And sort of as he lands, he sort of, without thinking, just sends you a telepathic message in Aquan going, from home?
Sorry?
You're from home? Home city, where?
Mercia?
It's been so long. How is who's in charge? How's the Queen? How's home? When did you last come back? I haven't seen another trident in so long.
Everything's great. Jamin Alanzath is ruling currently.
Oh, a good ruler, safe. How did you come to be on the ship? And why are you on the ship? This deferent, the way he sort of says it, like, implies like, why aren't you down by the water?
I'm just... Well, as for why I'm here, I'm with these 4 other lovely individuals that I could see and point out.
Oh! You travel with land dwellers.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
see.
requested for work. And as for why I'm on the ship, trying to keep this one calm.
His sort of face goes a little cold, and he stops talking to you. He moves over to the captain and sort of a couple of hand gestures you and can infer that he's communicating mentally. And then he walks past you, sort of, and leaps back over the side. Finnack sort of
Did I
comes
see
over. Yeah.
that interaction?
Oh, 100%. And
Well, I
Finnack's-
couldn't hear it, obviously.
No, but Finnack does come over to the two of you. Sort of, I see you've met our friend.
Yeah. Did I say something wrong, or...?
He doesn't like anyone that's not a trident, and from what I hear, he thinks you have, how do I put this politely? Sold yourself out. He doesn't want to work on the boat, but his family were captured. I was tasked with rescuing them in exchange for 20 years of his service. He's only 18. He's doing all right.
Oh.
Nearly there?
Truth be told, would have let him go years ago if I knew how to replace him. But a lookout from underwater is an advantage that a pirate captain can't give up. Anyway, I'll get me some sleep. I'm out of wine. And he sort of shrugs his shoulders and heads on back to the captain's, back to the storeroom, sorry, where he sort of throws some brooms and some sort of spare anchor and a few other bits out, Just leaves them lying on the deck, closes the door behind him, and climbs up into what you can assume is a hammock. And we'll take a short break. And welcome back to the second half of our lovely Arvinia Soulforged episode, where we're on a pirate boat, and we're going through pirate seas. We're expected 3 to 4 days to get through here, although thus far you've made pretty good time. Nobody on this ship talks, apart from, now that you've pissed off the Triton. Nobody on this ship talks, apart from Athos. Athos spends almost his entire day up in the crow's nest, and then he sleeps up there as well. So, yeah, you guys are pretty much left to your own devices. As the ship carries on, Finnac sort of comes out a couple of times, but he's clearly grumpy without wine. I hand over to you guys. What are we doing? How are we feeling? What are we talking about?
He didn't think to stock up on wine before he left.
He did. And then he drank it all.
Okay.
Damn, he
I wouldn't
drinks
call
like-
that stocking then.
He has a bit of a problem.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Oh, hey. Well, how many more days are we from our destination, did you say? 2 or 3?
2 or 3, yeah.
Okay. I want to, I guess, study my little gemstone and see, because like I was a jeweler, so I guess something like this must have been made specifically.
As you look at it, it is geologically impossible.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it is geologically impossible. First of all, it seems to contain darkness, which just isn't something you've ever heard of. But secondly, like, the facets are cut too fine and too perfectly for this to have been cut by hand. You realize it's all been forged from magic. Also, the gemstone is a little bit like obsidian, but it's too dark and too flawless. Yeah, you don't really recognize it at all. Except to recognize that it's different. Clever, right?
Okay, well, I have more questions about this than answers now, but that's a start. All right.
Yeah, as you sort of focus in on it, you know it definitely has more abilities than are yet apparent, but it feels a little warm to the touch occasionally. Almost like it's comfortable in your hands.
Oh. Okay, good to know.
What are the rest of you doing? Are you chatting together? Are you off out doing things alone?
I think Luca is probably like stood right at the nose of the ship. That's probably not the right term. The
It's
bit
not.
where you do like the Titanic stand.
Yeah, it's either the stern or the keel or the something else. I don't know.
The bow.
The bow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the words.
At the bow, with Vero like around his neck, and he's just kind of like looking at the horizon and kind of just like fiddling with the little figurine of the dragon wings that he recently got.
A couple of lizard folk sort of jabber and gibber and wave wildly when they first see your dragon, but after that they shut up. Yeah, as you're focusing in on the strange totem you have. Anything in particular, or just sort of having a look?
No, he's kind of like he's just chilling, to be honest. He's not really thinking about anything. He's mostly just looking at the horizon, looking at the blue skies and the blue seas and the blue dragon on his shoulder. Everything's very blue. Yeah, he's just kind of relaxing, to be honest.
Taking it all in.
Nice.
I'm gonna pull out the quill, and I'm gonna skywrite Luca in the clouds in front of us.
When both Luca and Vero notice this, Vero's gonna like kind of be a bit more alert, and he's gonna say to Luca, "It's happening." We're being recognized by whatever's up there. And Luca's kind of like, "What are you talking? What's up there?" And Trevor's like, "I don't know. Someone's clearly rank up there. They like you, which means they like me." That's pretty much how the conversation goes.
Karina, where are you when you do that?
Crow's nest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you hear just a sort of faint giggle to the side of you, and then he sort of, Athos sort of points his hand up at the sky and sort of starts to draw little letters. And it doesn't do it in the clouds because he's not casting Skywrite, but it casts a sort of minor illusion just hovering sort of above the crow's nest. It says Karina, but he spelt it with a K. And then it sort of glistens in colour and then fades away and sort of
I'll probably spend a few days just hanging out up there and around and introduce Zephyr to Athos.
Athos is obviously quite amazed and obsessed with Zephyr, thinks he's fantastic. He tells you a brief story about how Finnac had a parrot once, but it didn't like the smell of alcohol, so it left. That's sort of the extent of that tale. Yeah, he sort of tells you a couple of sort of little tiny tales, just silly tales, nothing that's major. But he tells you about the flowers that grow in the south of the Pirate Isles. Sort of, very few people venture inland in the swamps of the Pirate Isles, but they can be quite beautiful, though quite deadly. And he wishes they've sailed past Sorcerer's Isle a couple of times, and one day he wants to go to the shores of Sorcerer's Isle. Rumor is there are some strange creatures there that can tell your future. He wants to discover them, but Finnac's sort of very superstitious. He keeps a wide berth. And he asks you if you've ever been sort of to the Desolation, or sort of where you've sailed to, and trades a few tales, but these are sort of like once every 3 or 4 hours. He really isn't a chatty sort. It's just it lasts a couple of days, right? What's Galthak doing with his time?
To be honest, I'm mostly going to be just keeping some to myself and just chilling. I won't really be doing things if anyone asks me to do it, or anyone requires or requests my assistance. For a lot of it, I'll just be staying somewhere out the way below decks, not getting, or anywhere that I can really, not getting in the way, which is kind of difficult for someone of my size.
You were far less in the way when you were above decks. When you go below decks, like, if anybody comes towards you in a corridor, they have to back up the entire way.
Okay, on realising that, I'll go above decks more often, and I'll just stay there.
Yeah,
You'll probably see me.
It's very warm, but it's like a pleasant warm with a constant breeze. You can sort of enjoy the sea air. There's occasionally
warm.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, you're chilled,
warm,
right? With
yeah,
your chest.
It's warm, but pleasant warm. You'll see Galthak, plenty of beads of sweat just almost constantly running down his head. And
provided you have the armor off, right? Because if you have your armor on,
the armor
cold.
on. But
cold,
my chest will be absolutely fine. I won't be overheating, but I'll still be sweating off my head because my head will be feeling a bit hot.
Yeah, so just to let you know, magically, it will cool your whole body, not just your head.
Oh, fair enough.
Not just your chest. So you'll probably, if you've got your armor on, you should be at all times comfortable.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
The way I was thinking of it was like my core would be kept cool enough, but my extremities would still be like a little bit sweaty.
Well, no, maybe your left toe is sweaty, but in general, it's keeping your body cool.
Sure, I'll go with that. That's fine.
And after a couple of days, one of the lizard folk sort of approaches you, Galtham. And he just hands you a piece of parchment, and then he scurries off.
I have a little look at it. What's this thing say?
It doesn't. It's a drawing.
what's the
and
drawing?
it's a painting rather. It's a painting of mountains in the icy tundra. Make of that what you will.
Okay. That's probably comforting to see, I'd say. A reminder of home. Oh, you're muted. I think.
Am I? Okay.
Oh no, sorry.
After
okay,
a few
maybe I
hours,
was-
after a few hours, he sort of comes back to you, and he sort of takes out a stick and he sort of scratches, like almost like mud on the deck, sort of thing, as he dips it in some sort of liquid that looks like it might have been used for cooking. And he sort of writes on the deck, Ice Plains child.
Came from the ice plains.
And then he points to the picture and he writes home.
Yeah.
And he points to you. And then he points to
That
the
looks like
picture
my
and then he
home as
also
well.
points to home, yeah.
Yeah. Looks like my home.
And he sort of taps his chest and makes a little bow and leaves you with the picture and
Hey, thanks.
that's all you get.
I like this guy. I like
On the morning of the, on the afternoon of the second day, you begin to approach a gap between two islands. Corina, you will notice from the crow's nest that there are loads of jagged rocks coming up between these two islands. The captain is tacking left and right. The boat has slowed right down. And if a captain didn't know these waters really well, you would have run afoul of some of these rocks. Some of them point above the water, but most of them come to just below the waterline. And are extremely jagged. As he tacks between them, you see this sort of sprawling mess of a town, I guess is the best way to put it, on the docks. You see some sort of... Every building looks like it's white brick or white painted, but with really colourful roofs. Sort of every colour you can imagine on the rainbow all along the docks. There is wooden docking coming all the way out to sea. Finnex sort of comes down from the what do you call it? The thing that drives the ship. Whoop, whoop. The ship's wheel, that's what I'm looking for.
Helm.
Helm, sure, I'll do. I don't know, I'm just going... that thing. Comes down from the tiller is the word I was looking for. And sort of looks over at you all, and it seems we're going to be early, or at least a little bit, which is good. The wine in Escrandia is nice. Well, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. And he rubs his hands together and sort of puts his hand out. It's pay time.
Yeah, you got us here safely, Captain. Thank you.
Yeah, we do that sometimes.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna... Would he... Okay, wait.
Are we here or are we here?
You're sort of approaching, like, just there.
Okay.
There's wooden docking that sort of leads you out to like an external harbour, like within the water.
The money we got from the king is in diamonds, so is
The money
he
for the
fine?
pirates is for diamonds. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
he wouldn't take anything else. So,
Okay,
apart from gems.
perfect.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He's a well
5
cut.
diamonds it is.
He's a well cut, and then he sort of takes one and licks it. And puts it back. Had someone try and give me salt crystals once. Just checking. Oh,
What a
No,
devious
we wouldn't.
guy.
I don't
We
see
wouldn't
very well when I'm
expect-
sober.
Right.
It's been good to meet you guys.
Likewise. Okay, wait. I want to get like a read of this guy because I want to ask him.
Get the
why
read
all...
first. What are you trying to?
Yeah,
what
that's
are you
what I'm
trying to
saying.
get? Like his personality, how angry he is, like what sort of thing?
Yeah, I guess how volatile he is, how opposed he might be to someone questioning him.
Give me an insight check.
19.
Yeah, he's a rough type. He's a hardened criminal. He might chop you into bits, but he may well give you a perfectly honest and open answer. The one thing you gauge from him is he is erratic as hell.
Oh.
Make of it what you will. What were you going to ask?
Boy.
There are
I
5 of you and 1 of him. You might be alright.
Okay, I want to ask, Captain, this may be improper. I'm not sure.
Oh,
but why? Well, maybe it's not going the direction I think you think it is, but
He's got a sort of excited look on his face. Go on.
why do you have, if it's okay for me to ask, why does your crew remove their tongue?
Ah! Oh, I'm so glad you asked. It makes the food taste better. And then he sort of looks over at you and no. 2 things. We swear secrecy to each other. I have a home port. My family live there. Many of my crew's family live there. If we're captured, we can tell no secrets. Well, apart from me, of course. I'll tell them anything to get out alive, but, well, hell. If it's me that's in trouble, well, fuck the lot of them. But other than that, we swear secrets to each other, and it's a sign of our loyalty. But, there is a second reason. I don't like anyone questioning my orders.
Okay.
They do it themselves. They
Makes sense.
choose. When I was first captain, I was given my boat, this beauty here, the cutter, and by Captain Dathrin. And I took a first mate on her. A bastard fella, huge, half-orc, who'd had his tongue cut off in slavery. I thought, great, what's better than a vice captain that can't question your bloody orders? He was a good sailor, strong fella. Got his point across, you know. Whether it was by whip or by lash, and we were a rough bunch back then. Anyway, he was such a good vice captain. We began taking on a few slaves who'd had their tongues cut off in service, you know, some of the bigger fella. Became a tradition. One day, these 2, and he gestures over towards 2 lizard folk. These 2 over here, that's Len and Kel. They cut their own tongues out. I didn't ask them. Just came back one day and they'd done it.
Wow.
It's a sign of loyalty. Like this
Yeah,
one. And he gestures towards one of the gentlemen to come over, and he sort of pulls his sleeve up on his side and shows you his arm. Well, there's a tattoo of the boat on his shoulder. And he shows you his own, and we're a close-knit bunch. They put up with me, and I look after them.
Wow.
Why, are you thinking of cutting your tongue out, Winona?
No, I've just been curious this whole time, honestly. But it's pretty impressive that you can command such loyalty.
Ah, you know what they say, curiosity killed the gnome. Well,
I don't like that one.
no, it's, yeah, it's, he gets a sort of little bit emotional, like there's a little tear in his eye. He sort of wipes it and,
Oh,
yeah, captain like me don't really deserve it, but I think they're all waiting for me to cut my own tongue out. That'll be the day they're all happy.
might be
One
hard
of the
to
lizard
give
folk
orders.
sort of laughs over at the side and smiles, but says nothing. And look, you've been nice to my crew. And, you're always welcome, as long as you're paying.
understandable.
Got it. Got it.
When you get to shore, you don't know me. I don't know you. We'll drop you off in a boat a little way out. Athos will row you in. Right. Safe journey. Or something.
Thank
And,
you. You too.
after a
Question,
little-
quick question. How much does one bottles of wine cost for Miss Grandia, roughly? How much of that, do you know?
that depends who you're haggling and with and where you are. Getting one back to him would be a nightmare.
I was just gonna tip him the gold to get himself a nice bottle of
Oh,
wine.
15 gold, 10 gold, something like that for a nice bottle.
I've only got 9, but
9 will do.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'm feeling generous. Yeah, I'll
He
just
sort
tip
of
him the entire fucking
smiles
lot,
and looks
so.
at you because for some reason you didn't put the winnings of the group in your pockets. Oh no, you guys lost 100, didn't you? So you only had 7 gold and 3 silver that you won.
Yeah, that was just from my personal.
Well, I hope you
Well,
divided it between you all equally. Regardless,
Sort of kind of in the bag of holding, but yeah.
Right.
regardless, a small boat is lowered down from the edge, and Athos sort of looks around at you all and gestures for you to come on down, and he helps each of you out onto the boat. He's a very slight tiefling, but when he sort of takes your hand or helps you down, you notice that there's definitely some magic behind his grip.
Nice.
Some sort. And eventually he hops down and he starts to gesture towards the oars, and as he moves his hands, they row, but his hands don't touch the oars. Those of you with a telekinetic feet can work out exactly what he's doing. And yeah, he sort of rows the boat along, and as you guys come into port, he sort of pulls you alongside a quiet dock, and a gentleman sort of looks over the outside. Another tiefling sort of looks down at you all. But who the hell are you?
Wait, this is someone at the dock?
Yeah, it's somebody who works the dockmaster, you'd assume.
Oh, okay.
We're travelers bound for Scrandia.
Well, I can see that you have arrived, but do you bring goods?
No goods here, just ourselves.
Well, that is no good, is it? What are you going to trade? What is it you come to Scrandia for?
Just visiting.
Or just visiting, is it? What is this, holiday season for the strange group that all bumped into each other in the sea?
Yes.
Ah, he was a funny one. I see. He sort of looks at you. So what is it going to be? You are going to be staying in the boat? Or you have a good reason to come to Escrandia?
I mean, we obviously cannot tell this guy the truth.
We're looking for work.
Oh, you're looking for work, is it? Well, you can start off by getting a new employee, even. This one is looking for work. I will let you on the boat, out the boat and onto the sea, and you will pay me for the privilege. How is that sounding? Perhaps then you can look for work wherever you like. Ah, of course you are. You'll go all the way to Anoch Sul. That is great. Maybe you walk across the desert. Maybe you die of dehydration. But Tennis doesn't care. How much are you paying? Or are you staying in the boat?
What does this guy look like? What's his deal?
He's a tiefling. He's got rich jewelry in his ears. He wears a fairly well-to-do sort of leather jerkin, and then there's sort of in a very you'll notice a style all around. He has a sort of piece of cloth pulled up over his head to keep the sun off his head, and he wears sort of light, loose, flowing robes underneath the jerkin.
So what? We're just sat in the boat right now, then.
Yeah, you guys are sat in the boat. It's sort of 5 feet away from the dock, and he's sort of looking at you, waiting for you to give him some money.
Can we just
I'm
get
just gonna
out
stand
and
up
like
and
walk around
immediately
him?
try to step out off this boat.
Okay, as you do that, he sort of makes a gesture, and your boat begins to drift out towards the sea again.
Oh man.
Can the boat
Don't
begin
you-
to drift back? If I
How
push it
Push it? What do you mean?
with my mind.
I don't think you can push something you're in.
Well, that's
Like
true, it's
maneuver the
probably more-
oars? Like
Like you can push
Like
away
the
from
other
you, but like he has done. But he's done this with wind. He's just maneuvered you away. Galthak, as the boat sort of moves backwards, he sort of looks at you and don't you be doing that. No. It is only courtesy. You pay Telis, and Telis lets you into the onto the dock. It is very simple. It is just, what do they call it? A tradition, a custom. It's
How
that
far
easy.
away is the shore right now from the dock here?
It's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 as it's getting bigger, but the problem is just because you get to the dock doesn't mean your companions do.
No, I was just asking how far away from the shore, because I'm plumb tempted to just jump in the water and fucking swim it.
You can jump in and try and swim if you want.
How far away is it? Roughly?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 feet as the boat is drifting away.
Sure, I'm just gonna fucking jump and try to wade onto the shore.
Guards, we have a swimmer! We have a swimmer! Come on, come on! Bring the harpoons! I'm looking forward to this. It's a big one. We're catching ourselves a fish. And he kind of
Okay.
perhaps
Is there
he
any
is-
reaction?
yeah, there's 4 or 5 people running down from the dockhouse, and he goes, perhaps he is swimming to pay me. I don't know. Let's find out. And as he sort of looks down, and he takes a sort of what looked like it was just standing on the edge of the dock. It's like moving a pile. He takes it out, and it's actually like a sort of marlin spike, and he sort of starts poking down at you. And is you coming to pay me? Are you carrying gold, Mr. Big Man?
Wait, hold on.
I'll grab onto the end of it as he goes to poke me.
Ah, you is a strong one. Don't worry. The harpoons are plenty sharp, and they shoot from far away. We are not
Okay.
stupid.
I am just gonna like telekinetically mage hand some gold over to him.
Ah, it's
I
good.
know
It's
Caltech
good.
doesn't have any gold.
How much are you transferring?
Ugh. I don't know. What is the going rate? Do you think?
Ah, you
10
have never been
10
anywhere
gold?
near. You're gonna go for 10
Good
gold.
try.
Do you think that sounds good, guys?
It's a good start.
Okay.
I will. 10 gold is just gonna float over to the guy, and I'll say, no, hold on, don't. You don't need to call harpoon.
He looks at it and that will pay for your big friend. It is a start. But perhaps for each of you, 10 gold. You're paying in this gold? Are you sure? Tennis can keep a secret. I know that you stole this money from the kingdom, but perhaps you don't want to go spreading it around.
Okay, good.
It has
good.
your
Yeah,
king's
keep
face on it, does it not?
Yeah,
has the
don't
king's-
let
the
him
king's
know
face on
about
it.
it.
Oh no!
Man chinned over 40 gold pieces worth of gems.
Ah, this is a lady who knows she has culture and taste. Come on, come up to the docks. And with that, he sort of the Marlon spike. He takes it away from Galvac, like if Galvac will let go.
No, I'll still keep hold of it. I'm just gonna either he's dragging me up with that, or I'm just
For
gonna.
goodness sake, I cannot lift you, you
away.
giant man! And then he puts it down, he walks along the dock a little bit, gets another Marlon spike, reaches it out to the edge of the boat, and hooks the boat up the shore. And he sort of looks at you and you are more trouble than you're worth! I should have charged you 20. And he sort of looks over to you guys and, well, you're leaving the tiefling on the boat, I assume, yes? And he sort of nods and, you're Phoenix man, I know you. No speaking into my mind, you little shit. Last time it was very scary, you made me jump. Aha! You know, you go sailing back out, yes, goodbye. As you guys get to go to get out, Athros puts his hand on Karina's arm, like just on her elbow.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him to.
And he sort of reaches into a pocket, and you see he hands you what looks to be a rose, but it's like frozen solid. And he messages you, and it was nice to meet you, Karina.
If you ever decide you want to go straight, my father's a sailor. I'm sure he could give you a position.
Thanks, but I don't think the pay is the same. My family, they like their special riches. But I'll bear it in mind. What's your father's name?
Marcus. Captain of the Dawnbreaker.
We'll make sure we don't steal his ship. And he sort of smiles at you, and you can see that he's very touched by your offer, but also he'd never go straight a million years. But he presses the flower into your hand, and he waves to the captain, and as you all get off, to the dockman, sorry, as you all get off, he begins to row himself back out. And the gentleman looks at you, and you have never been to Iskrandia, that much is sure, right?
Correct.
Aye, but I's recognizing you. I know what you're looking for. You're looking for a woman, yes. Many women. A beautiful woman, yes. Maybe a man or two, big, muscly tiefling, you know what I'm saying? There is beautiful house down the road. They give you a woman or a man. Not so expensive. My friend, she runs it. It is very nice. Yes. Oh, very good.
might-
Well, you go in. You go down to the cloistered oyster and you tell them that the Telly sent you. Maybe she gives you a discount. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know.
That's the name of your. That's. We
The
will.
cloistered oyster, yeah. It's very good. as he's talking, two disgustingly ugly dwarves come up behind him and sort of, tell us, move over! This one's here to see us! And he sort of points down. I'm Brackus Bilgefoot. Finax sent a message. He says that you're coming with us. Is that right? Up the river, yeah? He puts something in Tellus's hand and keep your mouth shut and wander on, fancy pants. And his brother sort of wanders over. Here you go. I'm Donovan. I'm Brackus. This is Donovan. Come on. We'll show you to the barge. Donovan sort of looks over and I didn't think you'd be much. But my God. He sort of looks up at Galthak and looks down and... You sure he's not going to rock the boat? We'll make it work. We've transported cargo heavy before. It'll be like a stone cargo. Big man! Don't do too much dancing, yeah?
No worries, I ain't gonna capsize your thing.
Oh, very good. Well, come on through. This place is a shit heap. You don't need to stay here.
Does everyone get the same reception off that guy?
Only those that haven't been here before. Anybody else was sensible enough to pay in advance?
Ah, bastard. Right.
Tellus takes his cut. That's how it goes. Anyway, he'll keep his mouth shut. It's fairly obvious where some of you are from. And he sort of nods towards Luca and I don't think your type are from anywhere but... Well, anyway, shall we? And he leads you through the town. Very briefly, you pass like some bazaars, some market stalls. It's definitely a dock town that's built purely for the docks. If you were to ask, this is just Sul, S-U-L. And then Anoch Sul means sort of like, so it's land of the sun and then just like sun. They don't really care about it. It's just a sort of there to receive visitors and goods. From one thing you will notice is almost nobody seems to live here, except for maybe like the people who run the buildings at the docks. So perhaps like the taverns, the brothels, but all the people who are there in like bazaars or stuff, they seem to have travelled here. There are very few homes in the town, and eventually he leads you through to his barge. Or boat. Honestly, this is the best medieval-looking boat I could find. It is fucking bigger than that. But whatever. But it is in the same style. It's a very flat boat. There's a lantern hung on either end. It's just a lot longer and wider. And Donovan looks to you and, well, this is our boat. Perhaps. Let's have a look at you. 500. All the way to Anoch Sul, yeah.
Paid on arrival.
No. No, I don't know your type. Finax alright, but he's a rusty cog. I don't trust him. That will take you up the river. 250 now, 250 when you arrive.
Okay.
Half and half is fair.
Fair.
And if you get shot, murdered, stabbed, exploded, imploded, drowned, anything like that, it's got nothing to do with us. Alright? We're getting a
So
fight.
you don't want us to help if you get attacked?
We don't get attacked. But if you get attacked, we won't help. Nobody's stupid enough to mess with the Hawker's barge.
Are attacks
Good.
on the river common?
Aye, for other boats, not for us.
Good,
It's
because
all
if I have
about-
to do any fighting on this boat, I can't guarantee I won't tip it. No.
You can jump to shore if you're going to do some fighting, but I'll tell you this. It's about who you work for. And
Got it.
we will not be attacked. Unless you're an idiot, of course. Right, shall we? And he gestures towards this boat, and you can all get on, pay him 250 gold. And the boat starts to move. Nobody
It's just
rows.
fine and stable with me crouched down in it, squatting
Yeah.
anything.
nobody rows.
Good.
Nobody pushes. Nobody seems to be casting any magic. The current's going in the wrong direction. And the boat just starts to drift up the water. And it has this sort of slight lurching feeling that it's moving and then slowing and then moving and then slowing, as if it's sort of being pushed like this, or being tilled. But nobody is polling, nobody's doing anything.
Can't see anything in the water?
As you go to peer over the sides, give me a perception check as you look over the back of the boat. 20. Yeah, you just glimpse this sort of... It's almost like wood, but it looks to be the back of almost like a frog's leg, like a webbed foot. As it just tips out ever so slightly, and then you only catch it once every sort of 20 minutes or so, just this slight mark of a webbed foot at full extension backwards. Made of wood.
All right. Well, if Kai and Karina are unbothered by this weird boat, then I am as well.
Cool. Neither of the dwarves looks at you, makes eye contact, smiles, speaks, or anything. At one point, they tap a barrel of ale, and Donathan sort of looks over at you guys, and he puts 5 cups on the side. And, turns his back and ignores you again. The boat continues up the river. Sorry, you're sort of here at the moment. That's not what I meant to do. Stop. Cool. Yeah, you begin to... Ready. Fix, please. Thank you. You begin to head up the river, and it's weird land. As you look to the banks, you see sort of slight swampiness, overhanging trees that are sort of gasping for breath and water. There's a few little tiny plants floating. But more commonly, you just see sand either side as you head up through the desert. There are insects everywhere. They buzz in your face. They're constantly biting at you, scratching at you. Each one of you needs to give me a con save here, as you don't get much sleep tonight.
I got an 18.
Yeah, as you lie just out there on the bare boat overnight. Winona?
16.
Karina?
13.
Galthak?
Consider that a success.
Cool. And Kai?
Oh no.
Rough.
Oh no.
Karina, you will take 1 level of exhaustion, as you don't get much sleep tonight. Kai, you take 2. You are absolutely whacked. No sleep whatsoever. It's been a tough night. You've had all these bugs biting at you. You didn't sleep particularly well on the boat either, and as you guys head on up, it's not very nice. On the 3rd night, one of the dwarves second night on the ship, takes out a little lute. He's plucking a little tune and singing a sort of strange ditty. It's only got like 3 lines, and then he repeats. 3 lines and he repeats. It's like a little snapshot of a song that he just keeps on. Me old ma down at the mines took me down, left me behind. Made my way up, and here I am. The old ma took me down to the mines.
Oh, okay.
Constantly, like, tuneless. Took me down low, she left me behind. And now here I am.
I think
Takes
as
a
he
sort of-
keeps... I think as he keeps repeating it, Luke is gonna start like saying it too, but like a beat after he does.
Listen,
row your boat with this man.
listen, well, no, except like a beat behind, just like me, old man, old man. And then the other dwarf starts singing along. The old ma took me down to the mines, took me down low, she left me behind. And here I am. Looks over at you and... Are you flea bitten? You got the bugs in your face. Little water fish, man.
Oh, me?
Aye, you. I can see you flapping about back there like a fish out of water.
A little trouble sleeping.
How about a trade? My brother can't sing for shit, as you probably heard, and he only knows 2.5 lines of a song. Play me a song. Sure. I've got some insect repellent. Got it off strange mysticky woman up in Anoch Sul. She says it works. Fucked if I know. No insect bites me. The trick is to stink. And I'm doing it. And if you'll play him a song, he will give you insect salve repellent. I think there's 2 versions on D&D Beyond. He'll toss you a tube. I don't know what the 2 options are. Oh, excuse me. Come on, D&D Beyond, you can make it. Oh, now it chooses not to come up at all.
Yeah, I've got nothing under insect or bug or repel.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah, I know it exists. It's just not coming. Well, regardless, we'll find out in a minute. In the meantime, yeah. He'll just toss you some insect repellent that it will last quite a while. So you don't have to use it all now. And in exchange, yeah, there you go. Insect repellent salve. That's what I was looking for. Well done. Don't know why it's not coming up if it's not coming up, but it will come up soon, I'm sure. So yeah, Kai, you can add this to your inventory. You will take 2 long rests to get unexhausted, but if you share with Karina, both of you will lose 1 level of exhaustion tonight.
Yeah.
What sort of music do you play him? Or song, or whatever?
What vibe do I think he'd like?
Honestly, the way he's singing along tunelessly, they don't seem particularly picky. You guess that they might like the words more than the music.
Okay. Yeah, I'll play some. It's gonna have more like of a. I'm gonna pull out my lyre for this. It's more of a. The background music is a bit more calming, but it's a very like worded story in a sense, weaved into it.
And is it in Aquan or is it in Common? Or is it in another language that I don't know of?
I know it is in Common.
It's in Common, okay. His brother sort of, you can see him sort of quietly mouthing along the words of the refrain. The 3rd time over, and he looks over at you. Aye, that's a song. That's a song, that is.
Thank you. It was one of the first ones I learned.
You're all right, you lot, I guess. He knows how to keep yourselves to yourselves when necessary. Look, I don't want to know your business, but something tells me you don't belong in Anoch Sul. We'll drop you at the edge of town. You can get in discreetly. Do it on the quiets, you know. We'll drop you down in the peasant docks. It'll do you some good. Get some kip while you can. We'll be there tomorrow.
All right.
And yeah, as I said, 1 level of exhaustion for each of you. And the following. Well, no, one level of exhaustion off for Korea.
Oh, off. Sorry.
The rest of you don't get any.
Sorry, I didn't hear the off.
No, you're all right. The following morning, you wake all of you at like 4 o'clock in the morning to this sort of opening of where the river has like multiple rivers flowing into it. There's this huge delta. The first thing that you notice is 2 children, one tiefling, one ASMR, in a little tiny boat rowing up alongside you. And they're singing a sort of celestial version of Row Your Boat, I guess. Sort of shouting up, a copper! A copper! A copper for a song! Copper for a song! Copper for a song! Copper! Copper! And the other one that keeps singing as they kind of keep pace with you, and they're laughing and smiling, wearing nothing but a tiny little loincloth.
I'll toss him a copper.
As soon as you do, they sort of move on away, and soon enough, 4 more boats come in, all with a couple of children in each, that are pulling their way alongside you. One of them sort of holds out some flowers that look like they might wilt any moment. One of them holds out little wooden bracelets. Another one holds out these sort of delicate pebbled stones. Another one sings in a silver, a silver, a silver, a silver. Silver for a bracelet, silver for a flower, silver for a bracelet, silver for a flower.
Back in Tijuana.
Sort of at the front. You got yourself a following, gal.
God damn it.
You might as well pay them.
I'll pay them all, but I don't need their stuff. They can
Regardless,
keep their
they will
product.
make very sure that they give you a flower, and
Okay.
they give you a painted stone, and they give you
Okay,
a
that's
wooden
nice.
bracelet. And the last one gives you something a little strange. It looks like a wooden egg, but when you shake it, it makes a sort of noise. It's a little bit like a maraca. Yeah, it's a little bit like a maraca, really. That's what I've got for you.
All right, thank you, children. I'm overburdened with like junk now.
A while later, a sort of another boat pulls up alongside, and this one's looking quite fancy. And it's a longer boat, and there is a woman. She wears no top at all and has her breasts out. And she's wearing a sort of
Goodness.
loincloth, and she has sort of 4 or 5 children running around.
On the boat?
Yeah, and she sort of, as the boat comes up closer, she... You! Gnome!
Me?
You paid my kids for their wares, yeah?
Yeah.
I get a good girl.
Thank you. This is lovely workmanship.
Hi. Can I get you a glass of fresh pashwaya juice?
Oh.
And she sort of leans down on this wooden goblet filled by this deep red fruity looking juice. And she extends it towards you and then holds out her left hand next to it.
I'm going to ask the dwarves. Do you know what this beverage is?
Aye, pashwaya juice is amazing. It's so juicy and fruity and it's ice cold, you know. Makes you feel all cold inside. It's beautiful. Amazing.
Oh.
Difficult to gather the bastards as well. They're like cactuses. It's a good gift she's offering.
Sure, I'll get a drink for Galthak.
How much money did you put in her hand?
How much does she want? Everyone was asking for a copper.
No, there was a copper and then it was a silver and then she's holding her hand out next to this drink and she just sort of looks at you.
God.
Can I insight check the dwarves, see if they're like messing with us?
Yeah,
Are they
100%. Go ahead, give me an insight check.
15.
15? Yeah, there's a slight look of jealousy on his face.
Oh, he wants some too.
That's what you've got.
I'm not saying
Okay.
anything, I just wanted to know.
Cool.
So I don't have it. I'll.
What are you paying her, Winona?
I
She
mean,
sort of
what is this?
waves her fingers at you and...
I'll give
pulls
her
the drink
silver.
Okay. She pulls her hand in, looks at the silver, pockets it, and hands you the drink. And then she sort of puts her hand up as if to say one moment. And then she sort of picks up a little jug and she hands that to you. Because you've just paid for 10 drinks.
Wow, thank you.
So she keeps pace with you until you guys have finished drinking. Bear with me a second. No, it's not going to come yet. Great, come on, it'll come out in a second. While I'm trying to talk, that's really annoying. Yeah. Anyway, so she sort of keeps pace with you, and once you've all drank of the ice fruit, Peshwaya juice, it's beautiful. It feels like invigoration. It's sort of this ice cold, chilled fruit that just has so much liquid and water to it. It's really rehydrating. Kai, you can go ahead and lose your last level of exhaustion.
Great.
You take a mouthful, and each of you will get 1d4 temp HP. So you can roll for that. And it'll last until long rest. She sort of smiles up at you, and she's missing like 3/4 of her teeth. And when you've finished, she gestures out to take the pitcher and the cup back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll hand
I have
mine over
shared.
straight away.
I've shared with the dwarves also. Mm-hmm. Since we bought so
I
many.
figured with 10 drinks. Yeah, so each of you 1d4 for temp HP. And then, as you hand the sort of jug and the pitcher back, she sort of smiles at you, and then so off they go in the distance. And as you pass through this delta, you'll notice there's lots and lots of boats sort of crossing over each other and everything. But everybody, apart from the salesman, keep a little berth at the hawkers until one boat pulls up a little close. And you will notice that this boat has 2 webbed feet underneath it that it appears to be paddling with. And leading it at the front are 2 dwarves, both with greasy hair and braided badly beards, dung braided, ugly as sin, and they look almost exactly like the 2 that are leading you. And sort of Donathan gestures over to the guy with green hair braided and goes, "Me brother!" And the green-haired guy goes, "Me brother!" And they sort of start gabbling in Dwarvish really quickly. Does anybody speak Dwarvish?
Not this time.
Nope? Great. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you get nothing of it, but they do point to you a few times and mention it. And after a while, so they pass a keg over to their brothers, and their brothers pass them back something that looks a little like a strange sort of urn, and then hands him a big sort of basket full of what looks to be bread. And they, "Me brother! Me brother!" And off they go. The 2 boats pass each other, and he looks at you and, "Lunch." And this urn vat thing is honey. And it's honey on bread, guys. And as you get your lunch and pass through the delta of Anoch Sul, you see a fabulous city up ahead. It is huge. There are sort of bazaars and various market stalls down at the bottom. And sort of higher up, there is sort of these fabulous sort of gold-topped temple. There's marble everywhere, and moving through... Really? Fuck off. And there's this sort of beautiful marbling, and sort of you notice a couple of elephant-drawn carts moving through the town, old donkeys, camels at the mart, and people everywhere. The hawkers look at you and will pull you into the peasant district, and then you're on your own. It's been a pleasure, but it's time to pay up. They hold out their grubby hands for the next 250 gold.
As I'm gathering it and getting ready to hand it over. You haven't happened to have heard of the estate of
Arman
Aman
Jadir?
Jabir.
He sort of looks at you and, "I didn't hear you say that. Safe travels."
Okay.
I told you, it's about who you work for.
Understood.
When he's saying it's about who you work for, Kai, go ahead and give me an insight check.
22.
What he's really saying is like, my employer's business is going to cross with your employer's business, so don't get us involved in your business. Right? It's about who you work for. You don't work for who I work for. keep it at a distance. This is a professional agreement. Done. They pull into this nasty-looking, grubby peasant quarter, where it appears they're selling women. At one side, and on the other side of the river, they're selling men. Slavery is rife here. And as the boat pulls into this grubby little port, there's a dwarf on the port with greasy black hair and a dung-twiddled beard, and he goes, "I'm your brother! I'm your brother!" And he sort of lets out this gangplank to the barge and gestures for you to come across. And as soon as the last one's off, he pulls off the gangplank, and as you look around, the dwarf that was just there, gone. And as you arrive on the shores of Anoch Sul, we'll end there.
My goodness. We made it, guys.
You did. Well,
I'm going to hand out
Lions
also
Den.
the stuff I bought from the children.
Of course. A single... do make note of those trinkets. They may be useful later.
Whoa, okay.
Oh.
A painted stone, a wooden bracelet, an egg shaker maraca. Shit, there was 4, no?
And a flower.
Oh, and the flower. Yes, okay, the flower will be dead within an hour.
Okay.
But the others are useful. I knew in my head there was 3, and I was like, wait, I'm sure I introduced 4. Yeah, cool. So, we come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. And I believed we ended with Josh, so we will return to Josh. Josh, your MVP.
So I have 2.
Yeah.
One of them is Renona being like, well, if no one else is going to address these frog legs on these bow, I guess I'll pretend that they're also not weird and no one saying anything about them.
I assume that's how they build boats here.
Was fun.
Just for the record, none of the other boats in that delta had frog legs apart from his brothers. Just saying. Okay, cool. Carry on, Josh.
Something weird's going on, definitely. And then the other one was just, I've never come across pirates who just love to dance so much. Mm-hmm. I mean, truly.
They like to drink, and when they drink, they like to dance. And when they dance, they like to gamble, and then when they gamble, they like to stab each other. And when they stab each other, they like to drink. It's a wonderful circle of life. Jay?
Yeah, the whole time at the bar tavern, that was a lot of fun. I also really liked the interaction in the crow's nest with Karina and that tiefling. Thought that was really nice.
Yeah. I enjoyed that as well. Michaela?
Yeah, the time at the bar kicking back was very fun. I enjoyed Galthak's fight and how badly he rolled. I feel so sorry.
Yeah,
Like he had advantage on so many checks. and it was
Honestly,
all
if that
bad.
had have gone a bit better, you might have won his belt, but my fucking god, you were atrocious.
Yeah, but
And you go
yeah,
back
I like
when you're
how
level
we
12.
I like how we tried to help, and it was the best we could pull from that was a draw.
Yeah, without that, he was just going to get tossed from the ring. It was pretty sad. No, good, I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Not winning the belt is sad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't actually think it helps you that much. I think it probably would have gone on somebody else. I don't think one strength is actually very useful to you.
Wait, wait. What?
Hill Giant Strength's
what was-
21.
Oh, it's Hill Giants, was it?
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Oh.
Okay.
I
did
thought
say
it was
lightning
Storm
bolt.
Giants.
I did say lightning bolt. So maybe
Yeah,
next
so-
time you go back, it'll be Storm Giants. But I wasn't going to give you 28 strength in fucking session 3, mate.
Yeah, 29 strength. Yeah,
So,
that'd be
yeah, I'm
better.
good. No, it was Hill Giant. It would have given you 1 strength.
Okay.
Anyway, Jay, speaking of it, Jamal, sorry, Jay. Jamal, your MVP.
Well, I've got 2 here.
Yep.
That I found to be really quite amusing. The first is just how fucking dirty that fight got. He's
Yeah.
like punching me in the fucking nuts.
He's a
Wow.
pirate!
Yeah, but I mean, come on, that's dirty, man. That's why I fucking smashed
Yeah.
a bottle of vial of acid over his fucking
That was about
face.
the only useful thing you did all fight. It was great.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, and your second
And the other
MVP?
one was trying to get on the dock, and it's like this guy is a fucking douche. It's like, oh, I can't step on the dock. Okay, I'll just wait on shore.
Yeah, Tellis was not impressed. He doubled his prices because of you. It was 5 gold each until you became a prick.
I was very tempted to then pick him up and toss him off the fucking dock.
Oh,
as
that
well,
would have gone
but I knew that'd
brilliantly
piss
for
off the
you.
guards.
Karina, sorry, Laura, your MVP.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to not just Athos, but the other 2 crew members on that ship. I just really enjoyed the interactions with all 3 of those NPCs.
The Trident and the Lizard.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. I think sometimes there's a lot more meaning and a lot more emotion when they can't actually speak. Gestures can be really meaningful, and I think that That's why they worked out so well, and I really thank you guys for being sort of patient with that moment and letting it sit, even though, you know, they technically couldn't speak. I think that really made the moments. I loved the interaction with Karina. So, yeah, I think... I hope we see them again, but we may never. We may never see them again, and that's okay. Yeah, but I had a couple of MVPs. Beyond the chat at the top of the crow's nest and the moment. I really liked Galthak and the lizard folk who just wants to go home. But I'm just so glad that you guys bite on everything. I didn't think anybody was going to buy the stupid stuff the kids were selling you. And the kid was like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, cool, let's keep this going as long as we can. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. And just how badly you guys rolled at dice. It was 5v2. And you got wrecked. So that was great. You were meant to win about 500 gold there, and you just didn't. So I was really happy with that. Anyway, we're going to...
Sorry, and another little one is just Karina fucking with Luca just by putting his name in the sky.
Yeah. That was great. I love that. Yes, that was brilliant. I forgot about that. So yeah, we're going to make Kira. Kira's an old player of ours, an old friend. Please give him some love. But in the meantime, if you guys would like to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
We shall see you soon.
Next round.